We are glad to welcome you to our channel. Kindly subscribe to our channel and share our videos with your friends and relations. And click on the bell icon for instant notification whenever new videos are uploaded on this channel. Rest assured that we are going to have a very exciting and inspiring discussion. Let's dive into the lesson right away. Hello everyone and welcome back to English Classes Online. Today we have a very important topic for WASSCE candidates out there, those who are going to sit for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. And the topic is best tips for WASSCE Lexis and Structure. So whether you are a student gearing up for the exam or a teacher helping your students prepare for the exam, this video is packed with valuable tips and strategies to help you master this critical section of the exam. I am Benjamin, your host. Let's dive into the lesson right away. Well, to start with, let's get a good understanding of what Lexis and Structure really means in the context of the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. It is essential to grasp the basics before we dive into the tips. Lexis refers to vocabulary and words, while structure refers to the way words are put together in sentences. So in this lesson, you are going to learn how you will be able to answer questions on Lexis and structures. Now, in this particular section of the exam, you will be tested on your knowledge of English vocabulary, grammar, and sentence structure. As you can see on the screen, we are going to solve section 2 of the 2012 WASSCE objective test questions to illustrate what Lexis and structure are and how to answer questions in Lexis and structure correctly. Now, before we start solving the questions one by one, we need to familiarize ourselves with certain important grammatical principles that we will need to apply when tackling Lexis and structure questions in the exam. Now, as we already have seen in section 2, the instruction is as follows. From the words lettered A to D, choose the word that best completes each of the following sentences. Now, there are certain grammatical principles that are applicable, that you need to know, you need to learn in order to answer questions correctly in this section of the exam. The first principle is register. Now, what is register? Register is the use of language for a particular purpose or in a particular social situation. And so you need to choose words that are appropriate for certain situations. Okay? Now, what Jonathan Swift, described as putting proper words in proper places. So your ability to put proper words in proper places is one of the grammatical principles that you need to learn. Then, moving further, the second one is vocabulary. Okay, vocabulary has different shades of meaning. One of them is that vocabulary refers to all the words in a language, but that's not what we are. That's not the definition that we are going to work with here. Then the second one, B, all the words that a person knows and uses in a language. Now, the C type is our working definition, and that is the words typically used when talking about a particular subject or field of study. So you need to understand that, there are words that are associated with a particular field of study or field of life. You can talk about the vocabulary of agriculture, the vocabulary of education, the vocabulary of science and technology, and so on and so forth. Okay, so agriculture, politics, sports, the words you are learning about sports, okay? So that's the way it is. The next principles are collocation. Collocation refers to a group of words that usually go together. And then semantics refers to the meaning of a word, phrase, or text. So these are the various principles, grammatical principles. But as we get into solving the questions practically, we will be able to refer to these grammatical principles where necessary. Now is the time to begin to solve the question. Okay, let's now begin to solve the questions one by one. And it's important for you to pay critical attention at this point. We are going to begin with question number 11. Okay, don't forget the instruction. From the words lettered A to D, choose the word that best completes each of the following sentences. 11. When you dash someone's point of view, you should do so politely. Option A, refute. B, rebuke. C, recall. And D, refuse. The appropriate option is refute. When you refute someone's point of view, the meaning of refute here is disprove or prove to be false. Okay, so that is the correct option. So the answer is A, refute. And here we are dealing with collocation and also with register. Okay, but collocation has to do with the words that go with other words in a sentence. Question number 12. One should dash the land very well if one expects a bumper harvest. A, water. B, dig. C, cultivate. And D, clear. So here, your knowledge of vocabulary, the vocabulary of agriculture or farming is being tested here. Now, one of the words here that applies to the language of agriculture is cultivate, especially when this refers to the land. So vocabulary is one of the grammatical principles that will help us to answer this question. And also collocation, because you cannot say water the land. You may say dig the land, but not in this context. All right, so cultivate is the appropriate option because you can cultivate the land. To cultivate the land is to to till the land or to plow the land. That's the language of agriculture. So the answer is C, cultivate. Moving on, we get to question 13. His lecture was dash, and so the students did not understand it. A, indefinite. B, illegible. C, unintelligible. And D, unimpressive. Now, if the students couldn't understand the lecture, then that lecture is unintelligible. So we are dealing with semantics here, the meaning of words. Okay? So that's exactly what it is. If something is unintelligible, it means that it is incomprehensible. It's difficult to understand its meaning. Okay, that's exactly what it is. So the answer is C, unintelligible. If you are talking about handwriting that is difficult to know what is written there, then you can talk of illegible. Okay. Moving on, we are here in question 14. In botany, one is bound to dash flowers. A, read. B, know. C, study. D, examine. The correct answer is C, study. You study flowers. That's to learn about it. Okay? The answer is C, study. Moving on, we get to question 15. Harry cannot do without his dash of short stories because he loves reading. Okay? Option A, file. B, library. C, collection. And D, dictionary. So collocation is an applicable principle here, a word that should go to, short stories. And then your knowledge of grammar also is important here, because in grammar we learn about collective noun. Okay, you talk of a collection of stories. A file here is more likely to refer to documents. Library here is likely to refer to books, but you can talk about a collection of short stories. So the correct answer is C, collection. Question 16. Can you dash the result of tomorrow's match? A, conclude. B, predict. C, order. And D, certify. The correct answer is predict. When you attempt to tell the result of something that is yet to happen, then you are predicting its outcome. So the correct answer here is predict. And so this has to do with both semantics as well as both semantics and collocation as well. Okay. Question 17. The river dashed across the plain. A, road. B, meandered. C, trickled. D, passed. The correct answer is meandered, because this word belongs to the language of geography. And when you talk about a river, flowing across, very winding paths, that is what it means to meander. Okay, so the correct answer is B, meandered. The river meandered across the plain. Now, question 18, since the army was no longer needed, it was dashed. A, demolished. B, dismantled. C, disbanded. And D, fired. Now, when an army is no longer needed to keep on fighting a battle, the army is disbanded. you disband an army, you demolish a structure. All right. So you can fire an individual employee, but sorry, the answer is C, disband. Okay. Question 19. It is most dash that the company spent 5 million naira on that fragile fence. A, outstanding. B, wonderful. C, remarkable. And D, astonishing. Now, you have to look at the entire context because this has to do with semantics as well. It is most dash that the company spent 5 million naira on that fragile fence. Now, if a company spent 5 million naira, such huge amount of money on just a fragile fence, then that is quite surprising. It's not something expected. So the correct answer is D, astonishing. Astonishing means surprising, shocking, if you like. Okay. Then the last but not the least, question number 20, matters that are confidential must not be made dash. A, public. B, popular. C, unreasonable. And D, uncertain. Now, if something is confidential, it is meant to be kept secret. And if something is meant to be kept secret, it must not be made public. So the correct answer is A, public. Okay. So that is exactly how you can correctly answer Lexis and Structure questions in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination, and indeed in any other English exam. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you actually did, I urge you to ensure that you subscribe to the channel. Okay, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you also hit the notification bell so that whenever a new video is uploaded on the channel, you will be notified instantly. Here in English Classes Online, we share linguistic ideas. We disseminate knowledge on the use of language, precisely the English language. So this is a channel where all the areas of proficiency in English learning are covered, whether you are talking about grammar or oral English, or you are talking about writing skills, or you are talking about summary writing, reading comprehension, and so on and so forth. All these are handled on this channel. And we also discuss various topics on content creation and digital marketing, because language is a powerful tool for creating content. And if you're able to create valuable content, then you can monetize your content, just as I'm doing on this channel and on other online platforms. All right. So if this is something you are interested in, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you in the next class. Episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you in the new video.